Hi, this is Denise Matthew. I hope you're doing well. So this week we're losing the tribal channels that we had last week, and we still have the 3536 that still remains in place. So we do have that underlying emotional energy for experience and a passion to have fun or to do something exciting. The other perspective is that we're now moving into the gate 11 and also the gate 12. And the one thing about the gate 12 is that we're grounding into that energy because the earth is in the gate 12. And that really talks about the idea of honoring what you want to do in the moment, as in if you want to go and socialize or if you want to stay home. And that is really key for this energy, is that if you're not aligning with your truth of what you want to do, then you may end up being in a social situation, but it just doesn't feel very good. And especially now at this time, there can be a lot of social situations that are happening. And if you're not honoring what you want to do, then that can sometimes lead to just really having an awful time. Now, if you want to go, that's another thing altogether. It's a great time to get out and to talk about stories, because with the great gate 11 activated, we might be talking about our experiences, our stories, even our beliefs. So if you're in the mood to go out and have some fun, then by all means go and do it. But if that's not your thing, then staying home with nice movie and a hot chocolate or something like that might be in your best interest. So with that said, let's get into the details. The Sun and Earth move into the gate 11 and 12 respectively. So anyone who has a hanging gate 21 or even a hanging gate 56 might feel this transit more impactfully, but as I always say, we all can feel it in some way or other. The gate 11 is abstract collective energy, and as we know, it is the opposition to the gate 12, where if we combine these energies, it says that socializing, which can be a big part of this time of the year, is better done if you're in the mood, and that's the key, as I mentioned before. Now, if you do decide that you want to go out and socialize, it might be a time when you enjoy telling or listening to stimulating stories about your experiences, or hearing about the adventures of others, or stories of any kind. And it even might be a time when you enjoy watching movies or going out to a movie with friends. You might also hear metaphors and life stories used to explain innovative new ideas and concepts when you combine these two energies together. The gate 11 is an ajna, an awareness gate that has anxiety built into it. So that's something to keep in mind. And that anxiety can connect to not feeling very hopeful about a better tomorrow, because this is the gate of peace. And that is the key with this energy. Finding peace on earth and a bright future is really what matters the most when we talk about the gate 11. This is the gate of ideas, as I mentioned. So built within this is this sense of hope and even coming up with ideas or beliefs that can give you a sense that the future will be bright if we start to believe in it. This gate is powerful, and it's sometimes called the gate of white magic, where we can remember and even encourage other people to remember the same thing, that everything in life has a season and time, and every experience, both those that are perceived to be good or bad, give us another piece to the universal puzzle of life. There is value and meaning in all experiences of life, even if we can't see it in the moment. And just like darkness and despair has its day, so too does hope and light. The gate 11 is also a place where you can carry a collection of stories about life and ideas that are born from the past. This gate is about seeking the light and searching for joy and stimulation, the kind that is only found in being alive. It talks about how the world can be a better place if we believe it can, and that many of the answers for how that can happen can be found in our memories. Even our ideas and our beliefs can shift the world. No matter how much darkness we see in our lives, there's always potential to see a better future ahead. The gate 12 is half of the only social channel for individuality, or how individual energy shares a mutation or new ideas with others. It's also half of a manifesting channel that brings the solar plexus directly to the throat, so it can be emotionally charged energy as well. This is the voice that says, I know I can try if I'm in the mood. And again, we come back to this energy of being in the mood. As with all individual energy, there's potential for melancholy to be part of this energy. So creative expression or even a walk in nature, if possible, can be helpful to allow your energy to flow as it naturally does, instead of potentially getting stuck in the blues and wondering why you feel the way you do, instead of seeing that it's a natural part of your life. With the earth in the gate 12 and a lone gate, we might feel as if we want to be alone, or we really need to be in the mood before we decide to socialize. It's not the energy that likes to be forced to do anything. So that's why, as I said a couple of times, it's important to honor how you feel. It's the best way to navigate your energy so that when you are out, you're feeling empowered, and everybody who's in your group or speaking to you feels empowered as well, because that's the energy of individuality. And it also means that if you do decide to share yourself when you're in the right mood, you can potentially make more of an influential impact. The other key is that authenticity for both you and others may take on a bigger theme with this transit. So, in other words, if somebody's not being truthful or they're not being their truth self, it's easy to see it happen. So, authenticity is definitely key within this energy. December 14th, Saturn moves into the gate 49, line 3. And this can sometimes look like you or someone else is abandoning the revolution, because the gate 49 is revolutionary energy. But in this line, it means that we could be losing steam to push on with something that once really revved you up. This could be in relationships or even partnerships. Now, with Mars retrograde, that theme can play out even more because our overall energy may not be up to par. This can also show up where after someone has pulled you into a revolution or revolt of some kind, they end up leaving the whole party altogether, and you're left holding the bag. This can be about wanting to shift the structures in your life so much so that you end up hurting those who you love in the process, because your need for change becomes all that's left. The phrase throwing the baby out with the bathwater explains this energy nicely. This is emotional energy since it's half of the 1949 channel, and because we have the 3536 channel still in play, it means that this can be even more impactful. The key is to try to sleep on important decisions, or to give yourself a few days to think about your next step before completely changing your direction, because sometimes decisions made in the heat of the moment are the ones that you'll later regret. Globally, this might look like a complete shift in direction in where we're putting our energy. Or alternatively, we're digging in deeper where the costs outweigh the benefits. Emotions can cloud the overall judgment of those in power. It also says that there's potential for a huge disconnect between what the people want and what the leaders are giving them, which can lead to revolution by the people. This feels as if we're once again moving toward a point where the voices of many instead of the voices of few will want and need to be heard and acknowledged. And the change for the better will not only be asked for, but will be demanded. Well, that's it for the energy update. I hope you enjoyed it. Until next time, take care, and I'll see you again soon.